1, 2, 3, 4. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Dude. Is this thing on? Yeah, okay, it's on. How upset are you that, like, all I'm talking about are these fucking aliens right now?
It's been about a week now, so
I feel like it's been like 2 weeks. Well, I talk about it all the time, like once a week. But, man, that documentary has me. Like, I'm sold.
The Brazil one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it
The
was
case in
pretty good.
Virginia. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Virginia? I think it's Virginia with the AR and a little spice on it.
Yeah,
Virginia.
Yeah, Virginia.
Virginia. Yeah. I was so into the whole Bob Lazar thing.
Mm-hmm.
That was, to me, I was like, oh, that's kind of better proof of aliens existing.
Yeah.
But I've now heard things that kind of go against his stuff and show that he was like not really telling the truth. So I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And the biggest thing now, you know how I kind of have a thing about. Hold on, I'm trying to open up my iPad. You know, I have kind of a thing against ancient aliens.
Yeah, after
Yeah,
like
I
the
mean,
second season, it's all like
it's just bullshit, whatever.
Yeah.
And then, like, if you look at the first season, there's a lot of like crazy guys on there. There's some cool guys, like
yeah.
the main dude, like Eric Von Daniken. He's kind of cool. Giorgio Tsoukalos, that's the dude with the hair.
I like it.
Everyone did, yeah, everyone loves him. Yeah, I think he's what made the show. Like that was also like Facebook memes were going
Oh yeah.
100.
And that's when I had no idea who he was.
Yeah,
I
but
just
you're like,
thought
yo,
they were
he's funny. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I don't know. It's really weird because everything they were saying, I was kind of like, there's like little camps of this UFO stuff, right?
Yeah.
There's I've been abducted, all this type of stuff. Why are you smiling? Because the dog's fucking barking?
Yeah, the dog bark.
Fucking dog, dude. Fucking guys, we need to. Anyone wants a dog, please come hit me up.
Never.
But anyways, so you have what I thought was crazy at the time was someone saying, yo, I've seen aliens or they're abducting people, talking to them and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have more of, hey, we're seeing things, we're seeing aliens. And then I think the more credible stuff was the whole UAP phenomenon. That's like the new term for UFO.
Why did they change it?
I think they just do that. I think UFO also has a stigma on it. But, that was basically the whole 2017 the government came out with the UAP cases, the Tic Tac, the Go Fast.
Oh yeah.
Those like little black and white videos.
Mm-hmm.
So that was kind of like, okay, that's more definitive of aliens. But now with this documentary, which did I even say? Moment of Contact. Watch it. It's the shit. I watched it. You understand? I had people today watching it on their phones.
Oh, at work.
Yeah, and then I guess it's on TikTok. They cut up movies on TikTok.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so people are like, oh, I've seen that. So a lot, like, it's going mad. Like, I can't believe, like, obviously a few weeks ago I was into it and stuff, was watching it. But now I'm like, holy crap, Rogan's talking about it. So I was like, I have to talk about it. I'm just dick riding Rogan right now. That's all.
Yeah.
But man, no, it really is. It's the whole alien thing. I remember being a kid talking about aliens. My mom was like, don't talk about that stuff. You look crazy. You look like a crazy guy. And I was like, I don't care. And then the whole ancient alien things kind of brought it a little higher. And then now the whole 2017 and on, it's like a mainstream thing. And there are people that like, Blink-182.
Yeah.
The singer Tom DeLonge.
Yes.
He started a foundation like To the Stars Academy, where it's literally ex-government officials.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
And stuff. Well, yeah, they're like, oh, we're gonna bring out the truth, we're gonna bring out this and that, and they didn't really do anything. And now they just make CDs and like comic books. But like they rode that way, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was all during the same time. Because I remember listening to him. He was that guy. He's into it, but it almost sounds like sometimes like crazy talk.
Mm.
And I don't know if I'm coming off like that sometimes. I feel like I talk to people and they probably look at me like crazy. Because right now, I'm literally going to talk about a documentary where aliens are running around Brazil.
Yeah.
And, like, they had to catch them. And, I mean, if you heard that, you sound like... I don't even...
Yeah.
Like, what were you? You were 3 when this happened, right?
It happened in 96?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was 3.
Yeah, I was in 1st grade.
Yeah.
I never heard of this stuff. You know what I mean? And then...
I never heard of this
Yeah.
until last week.
But, you know, there's a few of them like that. And I want to watch... There's the aerial phenomenon, right? And that's Ruwa, Zimbabwe.
Mm-hmm.
That's all the aliens came down and talked to the kids
Yeah.
at the school. Aerial school. That's
Yeah.
Yeah. I really want to watch that one, but I'm not paying $9 on Amazon, guys. Someone needs to hook us up with like a free watch of that. Oh my god! But I really want to see that. That one seems very interesting.
Do the 30-day trial and then cancel it.
No, it's like you purchase the movie.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
All right, then never mind.
Unless we can do that. Yeah, I'll do it. I really want to see it. It was on. I forget what it was on, like Gaia at first. Now it's on all different ones because I think it's picking up steam. Like just remember, I couldn't see this documentary we're talking about, Moment of Contact, and then now it's on 2 different streaming services.
Yeah.
A week and a half ago it was only on 1. So I'm like, we'll see. I feel like by the end, like when this podcast comes out, like this is gonna be like old news already.
Oh, yeah.
Like everyone's gonna be talking about it. But oh my god, what do you remember of the documentary?
What do I remember?
Yeah.
I don't really know many of the actual people, but I know
You don't have to.
like the mayor himself, he believes that it happened. I know that the guy was talking that he, like, I guess it landed or crashed or whatever, and there was like, it was like a piece of aluminum, and he like crinkled it, let go, and like it went back to its normal form, no wrinkles or anything in it. And I remember the 3 little girls, they were crossing through the playground and saw it. They said it looked like it was like not dying, but it like hurt because of the heat. It looked like it was hot. And the mom had said it like it looked like the 3 fingers, like that.
The toe of the way.
Yeah, the foot. Yeah, the.
Did you watch the whole thing?
I think I got most of the way through.
Yeah, I need to rewatch. Well, I mean, this would be like 3rd or 4th time I watch it. I guess in the credits, there's other stuff. They're like little scenes and stuff. What's crazy with these, and that's why I'm really kind of getting into documentaries and stuff. There's a lot of like little Easter eggs and stuff. Mm-hmm. So I guess at the end, because I was listening to other podcasts now, there's like 3 or 4 with him talking about this specifically, but they don't say it in the documentary. Mm-hmm. But like there's little hints to it. But I guess there's more hints in the credits. That's why I need to see if it's true or not. But they're basically saying that the U.S. came and took it. That's where the case goes cold.
Yeah.
They took the supposed aliens.
Yeah, and the one guy who actually touched it died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just threw it out there like he died.
Yeah,
He died. Yeah.
You didn't know.
Well, I guess it was like a scratch or something, and it was just.
Oh, see, I thought it was like the mucus from his skin or something.
No, well, it might have. It was like basically, he got a cut from grabbing it.
Yeah, and it, like whatever it was got into his skin.
Yeah.
And
yeah, we don't know if it was like it attacked or it was just in the scuffle. So whole part.
I know their government covered it up, saying that it was like a testing thing or something.
Yeah, well, they had to.
Yeah.
Especially the Americans are in it. Like, oh my god. So no, the biggest thing is if you guys are gonna watch this, find the podcast about when James Fox adds extra details on top of it. Mm-hmm. You know, I didn't realize, unless I'm just being dumb, because I do turn on documentaries and kind of look away and stuff. The first guy that you mentioned, one of the first guys they talk about was the guy that saw it crash.
Yeah.
and they basically brought him along to try to find the crash site and whatnot. And he starts bawling when he gets there, right?
Yeah.
And like it's emotional. Like I was like, whoa, like this dude's not fooling. You know what I mean? It's weird. Like sometimes you have like a show. I can't remember. There's countless '90s shows where they're talking about aliens and stuff, and the person seemed off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the dude was like, and this and that, and that's why like these guys. None of these people want to talk about this stuff. And then he was crying and stuff. But what he was talking about with a lot of these people after this happened, some of these people went into hiding for 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
There's people saying, you can't talk about this. The men in black suits, the men in black are coming up like, hey, like,
Yeah.
how's your family? Or so-and-so doing this? Yeah. Just keeping tabs on you. That's some scary stuff.
Yeah.
So
Maybe
for this
that's
guy
why
to come
the
back.
one part in the documentary, the guy came out and threatened to shoot them.
See, that wasn't in the documentary.
Oh, it wasn't?
No, you were listening to a podcast.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
He was on with Joe Rogan. Yeah,
saying that. And that stuff just helps. It's so weird because it's like you hear the story and then you get to hear different angles of the story. Just the creation of the story is crazy. Mm-hmm. This guy didn't even want to do this documentary. He thought this was batshit crazy.
Yeah.
And like, even because I've heard, I'm trying to think. Want to say the guys from Weaponized podcast talked about it, and that's George Knapp and Jeremy Corbell, which did the Bob Lazar story. And the Bob Lazar story, it's iffy.
Yeah.
But it was, it was very, And then now you have these guys talking about that. They're going on, they are part of the cast now of like Ancient Aliens.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're in there talking with the whole UAP and all that stuff. So I'm just like, is this really what we need? You know what I mean? I'm like,
yeah.
I kind of wrote off the whole Brazil thing because I heard about that. The whole the Ruwa Zimbabwe thing. Mm-hmm. I was like, I was like, okay, because it's these big things where there's shit tons of people.
Yeah.
Right? There's not millions, but there's a lot of people. They're all seeing the same thing. It's not just one person. I saw this. I was tired. I was driving. Some bright light.
Yeah.
All this stuff was like daytime. So it's in your face. Like, what is going on?
Yeah.
And then like we're not hearing about this stuff until 20 years later. So like what happened 5 years ago? We're not gonna know for 15 years from now.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? But I don't know with the internet, it's different. But yeah, no, these are just really good cases, and I'm stuck on this stuff. I actually wrote notes down. I think I've kind of talked about a lot of the other stuff.
That's adorable.
I am adorable. That's fine.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've kind of talked about everything for the most part. You touched on stuff. So one thing that's really crazy, and it's like it's a full circle moment, right? What's the first alien thing you remember hearing about?
That's not a movie.
Yeah.
Area 51.
Yeah, and like Roswell and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you're talking about the first guy that shows the crash site and they show the aluminum type stuff that doesn't do that, that's the same stuff reported at the Roswell.
I don't even remember
site.
when that was.
In like the 40s, 47.
Holy crap.
Yeah, and then it got covered up saying it was a weather balloon.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
Yeah. Yeah, so this guy also talked about how the 50-year anniversary was basically would have been 97. I mean, I was a little kid. I didn't even know this stuff.
I would have been 4.
Yeah, he went to this and he learned a lot of stuff. And there's a lot of people that came out and testified that, they falsified the debris in the picture and stuff like that. Because
Yeah.
there's a famous picture where it showed a weather balloon like the day after.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they falsified that stuff. But it's just crazy that I've already heard about Roswell. I'm just like, whatever. Give me real stuff. And now there's more, something that feels real. It's connected back to Roswell.
You know, in like less than 20 years, it would be like 100 years.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That in itself is.
Yeah. 100 years that we've been seeing these things.
Well, way more than 100 years.
Well,
sure,
I'm just saying in
like documented.
yeah, and
I
good
think.
documentation.
Yeah, good.
Yeah. I'm really bad with all the names. It's not on this one, but like Project Blue Book was the first one, and
I've never heard of that one.
yeah, it was like it's not a movie or anything. It's a government ran thing, and 12,000 cases
Wow.
that they, looked into. But I think it went almost to the 60s, so that's like 15 years. Right? 47, 60, 13.
Yeah.
If it's 60s. I almost, for some reason, wanted to say the 80s. I don't remember when that closed down. But when that closed down, it went into other stuff. Right?
Yeah.
And it's weird. Like, there's always, like, these different names for stuff. And I hear all these names, and I think a lot of people get confused with this stuff over that. And I actually wanted to go through and just, like, break down terms and stuff
Yeah.
on the podcast, but I'm just like, we're not doing that. Yeah, because Project Blue Book, and then you have OSAP, ATIP, and I think the newest one's Arrow. OSAP, I think, was ran by Robert Bigelow. He's basically a billionaire. He's kind of like an OG Tony Stark.
Okay.
Yeah, he doesn't. He's not made out of iron, but he's fun. He was basically like private contracting to go like search up all this stuff. Mm-hmm. He owned the Skinwalker Ranch.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
you know, like that TV show, which I hate because it's just like Ancient Aliens. It doesn't do anything for the community. You know what I mean?
And I also don't like it because it's just a whole bunch of talking. Like they're talking about stuff they've seen and talking this, and I would assume that.
And then they like
more,
add in like spiritual stuff. Like
yeah, I
don't do that.
Figured they would put more of what they actually saw, like video, like camera footage.
Well, you know, if you look into the real Skinwalker and stuff, that's not the TV show. Mm-hmm. It's some crazy shit, and it's like things happen, cameras get ripped down, then things like there's a lot of crazy stories over there. And then you know it's the whole cattle mutilation and all that stuff. Yeah, I'm not worried about that stuff. It's not like it's scary or anything. You know, the guy that I was listening to on a podcast, I wish I remember his name. It was on Concrete Podcast. If you guys look it up, it's like new evidence on Bob Lazar. And they brought up Skinwalker Ranch. And they kind of said the same thing that I'm saying. Like, this is like a disservice. But he was also saying that it's probably some type of new technology and it's running rampant. Like, because I guess there's a test site close to the vicinity of it. And it's like, I'm not a physicist, so I can't. Basically, the best way my dumb brain kind of like took it in was like radio waves and stuff, like trying to use particle waves, radio. I don't even fucking know. The way he explained it was that type of stuff. And the guy, because what's crazy is the guy that is on Skinwalker Ranch, the main dude that's like, hey, I'm gonna come in. Yeah. He does have like a bachelor's degree and all that stuff. But it's in a field that correlates with what the guy says is being tested over in like nearby sites. Mm-hmm. So it's like, you get what I mean? Like, we're bringing him on for like spherical, spooky, all that bullshit. But like, that's not even his forte. Like, he doesn't even, like, his forte, I saw it because you can actually Google it. Like, his thesis was on some random stuff. But he went later in his schooling. He went like for aerospace design and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to remember the first one. But you guys can wiki it up if you look up the dude from Skinwalker Ranch. But I don't know. Yeah, that show just does a disservice to like. It just makes people look like kooky. I
Yeah.
almost said creepy, kooky. You know what I mean? People look like kooks watching
Yeah.
that, and it's the same thing with Ancient Aliens. You know, like they talk about like flat Earth and shit like that, or like the Antarctic hollow Earth. Or I don't even know. Like I listen to that stuff, I'm like, because it's far fetched.
Yeah, very.
But the same thing is like when I'm literally saying, guys, the Earth is flat is retarded, but there's aliens that ran around Brazil. We should be worrying about that.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's like I'm drinking the Kool-Aid too.
Yeah.
I'm being fucking retarded and crazy. So I don't know. It's just really weird. But it's so interesting because if you watch it, these people are genuinely upset, and like
Yeah.
this is one of the best done documentaries I've seen on this stuff. And like I said, I really want to see the Zimbabwe one. You know what I mean? And it's weird how one documentary can come out and change perception.
Yeah.
Because I feel like this is going to change that even more. Because obviously we've had the whole 2017, like I said, that made, what are they called? Are they called? I think I wrote it down. Close Encounters of the First Kind. You've
Yeah.
heard of stuff like that, right? First kind is seeing something.
Yeah.
Close Encounters of the Second Time is you see something and it affects the area. So say if you saw a ship or something and then you see a tree get knocked over or something burnt or
Yeah.
something in the soil, that's the second time. Close Encounters of the Third Kind is seeing people or seeing beings.
Yeah.
And that's, I mean, it is like,
I've
it's
only
crazy.
done the one.
Yeah, I've only seen the one. And to me, I just think it's something that I'm like, oh, it has to be. Literally, the thing I saw, I was like, it could be something. I was like, it's probably not. It wasn't convincing enough for me. You know, did I want it to be convincing? Hell yeah. But it wasn't. You know, I mean, in my book. But, yeah, just seeing little people is pretty crazy. And,
What if that was a baby?
what do you mean?
What if it wasn't full grown? What if it was like a child and it only was that tall because it was a kid?
Oh, I don't know. Let's say it was like 4 feet tall.
I mean,
You're pretty close to that.
I'm 5'2". I mean,
so
yeah.
you're just
So,
a tall one.
Yeah.
I don't
Or
know.
like, you know.
Yeah. Well, and a thing that did come up, I don't think it came up in the documentary, but it came up on one of the podcasts, was, is this sentient? Is it an actual thing? Because one thing we do, but I think it's only because of our technology base, is we send drones, we send robots to we send them to Mars.
Yeah.
It's only because I don't think we can send someone and go back, you know? So I guess that's it was an idea, but the way that these people were describing it, that was not the case. Yeah. But I'm trying to think of some other things on there that kind of, the one thing was the smell. They kept saying it smelled.
Yeah, like rotten eggs.
Ammonia.
Yeah.
Sulfur.
Yeah, sulfur.
And then it's like, oh, that kind of sounds demonic and all that. And you know, like they're
I'm
like
not gonna
demon.
say it.
They say demon. They're demon. But anyways, someone brought up a good point. Is that might be a survival tactic, like a
Yeah.
skunk, right?
Yeah, that is
and that
true.
it might be something where, because I think skunks fucking stink for us, but I think for like if you try to bite into the fucking thing and a different animal,
Yeah.
that might be like, oh, like you might choke them out. That might save their lives. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So that might be the same thing that happened with those.
Yeah, I got scared. It was
Yeah, it just skunked out, bro. It
Yeah.
just farted. It said, holy shit.
Yeah, it farted out through all its pores. You just see little clouds of smoke coming off the skin.
Like,
Yeah.
little brown smoke. Yeah. Yeah, and it was crazy how it kind of fit the depiction of aliens. It was just a different color.
Yeah.
And maybe,
It was brown, they said, right?
yeah, but maybe that's just what it looks like.
Well, maybe that's
In the
what that
daytime.
species looked like. You never know. There could be different aliens out there.
It probably, I don't know. I have no fucking clue. I don't know
Listen,
what type
as
of
big as
aliens
our
are here.
universe is, you think there's only one
Oh, so you're a believer now too?
Well, I was talking with some people, and it's like, and I mentioned, I was like, you gotta think, like, it's us on Earth. You really think that there's nothing else out there in the universe? You're telling me that we are the only beings in the entire universe? And one person was like, no. They're like, I'm kind of scared though. I said, scared of what? They're like, well, I'm scared if there is other stuff out there, but I'm scared if we're the only ones that are out there, if there isn't anything. And I was like, you know what? You made a good point with that. Because, I mean, I'm not in a sense I'm scared.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued, but I would be amazed if we were the only ones in the universe.
I don't think so. But, you know, you remember being in school and they just taught you, like, about, like, the solar system and stuff?
Yeah.
Do you remember what they said stars were?
Suns, I believe. Suns
Yeah.
that exploded or something?
No, they're
No,
suns.
yeah, no, suns. And then when they explode, they turn to... Because suns can explode. Oh, fuck. They explode and they turn to... I forget.
All right, well, it's a sun, right? You see
Yeah.
how many suns are out there?
Yeah.
And you know that they look at them now. They look at them in big telescopes, and they see the light fluctuation.
Yeah.
The light fluctuations, they can measure because what that is a planet that's orbiting around it. Mm-hmm. And they can measure the mass and then go, well, it's probably this big and it's probably this far away from it. So
that's pretty cool.
But no, just think about it. I mean, like we said this before, because we can't really see stars over here. Mm-hmm. But like, have you ever seen a lit up like sky?
A few times.
Well, just think. There's like, if I showed you a picture of it, if you think every one of those has just like us.
Yeah.
Like eight planets? Because Pluto isn't a thing no more, right?
It's okay, Pluto.
That's Neil deGrasse Tyson for you. Neil deGrasse. What? Neil?
Because it's not the right size.
Did I say your name right, bro? Neil.
I'm not sure.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Oh.
What did I say? Grayson? I don't know.
Yeah, no. Because what? It's not big enough or something?
I think it's a moon. It's considered an exoplanet or something. I don't know.
I heard because it wasn't big enough.
Yeah, I think it doesn't. Yeah, but anyways.
Yeah.
No, but think about that. Just if you've ever seen if I can just show you a picture right now dude, oh my God, hold on. Just let me see. Oh shit. Safari. Starry Night. It's probably gonna bring up that painting. Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
I don't want to see painting. I want to see the real thing, bro. Just think that every one of those is a solar system.
Yeah.
Just in that picture, wherever it went. That is a ridiculous amount of places. When you think about it like that.
Yeah.
That's what freaks me out. You know what really freaks me out? Like, you know that like we know the laws of gravity, but we can't like really figure it out. And that's the only thing holding us in. And if not, we'd fall out into all that forever and ever.
Yeah, I know.
That's so cool, though.
Now that makes me want to shit my pants.
Oh, my God, dude. But, yeah. The last 2 weeks did nothing but aliens for me. And I was like, I don't want to talk about aliens on the podcast. I don't want to be that type of podcast.
And
but
here we are.
Here we are, yeah. But there's a couple other things I just want to make sure, go through notes. There's time discrepancy. Because how long did you think that was?
What?
The documentary. Like that whole event.
Like what I watched or how long that actual event took place? 12 hours, not even? Because
it was they make it sound like it was a few days.
Yeah.
So the crash, and they don't show that part, right? Mm-hmm. The crash happened like 3 days before the whole blockade of that town.
I didn't know that.
And so what they're thinking is that they escaped in a river. and went downstream or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Because that, from where the crash was to where they found them, I think they said it was 12, 15 miles. And so you gotta think, it's one thing if it happened at night. Oh crap, what's going on? Nothing. But maybe there's a few days of this during the day. Like, it's crazy. Just that part alone kind of was like made me more mesmerized. It's something where probably so many people, which is crazy. I think they said their town is small, only like 130,000. You think like I think our population's like over 1 million here.
Probably.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So that's super little.
Yeah.
And for like just to be closed down and see all this military people in there, so many people were probably talking about it.
Yeah.
For so many people, this was a real thing. You know, they did. I don't know if you saw that part. They did like a walk up, like walking the streets. Like, hey,
oh, yeah. No,
that was the craziest part because everyone's like, oh yeah. Everyone said something about it because everyone knew. Like, it's just crazy.
It's crazy that they have a statue of a.
Well, yeah, but Roswell has the same thing. I think they have like an Alien Alley or whatever. Like, there's a road I think called Alien Alley down there by Area 51 or something like that.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. It's that case. That case gets me. So it's that one right now where I'm just like, I want to know as much as I can about. And I want to know more about the Zimbabwe one. And crazy enough, the guy that interviewed the Ruwa incident was also at this one. I think his name was like John Mack. And he's a Harvard psychologist. And he went and like interviewed as many people as he could on both. Yeah, you know what I mean? Because now it's not just like crazy. Because it was. I'm so bad with these names, especially these guys. He's past Lear. I think it's Roger Lear. He's the one that basically he's like, yeah, there's things in your body, and and he goes ahead and gets people to surgically remove them for people. Like, that is some crazy stuff, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, yeah. But then you have a Harvard psychiatrist. Both of these guys are doing the same thing.
Yeah.
So what's going on here? That's, you know what I mean? It's the credibility of people. You know what I mean? Some of these people that have talking on the documentary are military, police, doctors. The X-ray technician talking about it, how they had to like give it an X-ray, and he wasn't even allowed to like look at the X-rays.
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
Yeah, they said that we don't need you
Yeah,
anymore.
you're fine. We don't need you anymore. This never happened.
Yeah, don't ever speak of this.
Yeah. Like, God, like, what if that happened to us? Like, I'm telling motherfuckers the next day, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, I saw an alien. It was cool. We smoked weed. Oh my God, dude. What if weed was like poisonous to it? We'd have to go to war because those things are evil then. Those are not cool. Like, we don't need them.
Yeah.
We don't need them in our life. Oh my God. I don't know. It's just,
you just explored a whole new world.
yeah.
Just now.
You saw my head go off. I was like,
Yep.
like, you know, like that thing, like where they play the music that they show all the math that just happened. I need to like edit that in. That'd be funny. Like, what was that? The X-Files sound?
I think so.
I never watched the X-Files.
Me either.
I wasn't really into this stuff when I was a kid.
Someone asked me if you watched the X-Files. I was like, no, not at all.
Well, I'm not. I don't think I'm in the right age group. You know what I mean? And I think it's the same thing. It's just it's dramatized, and not a good dramatized. It's like a captivating, get your attention, sell commercials dramatization.
Yeah.
Like this dramatization of this story, it doesn't turn my brain off. Still thinking about it, you know. And then so John Mack was on it talking. Well, he wasn't on the. He was on the case, and something that was brought up, and I don't think it was brought up in the documentary, was that these things did talk to one of the girls telepathically.
Oh, really?
Yeah, telepathically. And then that's the same thing that happened in Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
Like they actually said they got downloaded. Like they saw images. Like it was crazy. Theirs is like, hey, you know, you got to make sure you're doing good with the world or something like that. Like I said, I need to look more into that one. That's the one that I really
that'd be
would
cool
like.
to look into or
Oh
watch.
yeah, dude, I'm so down with that. We just got paid too, man. I'll blow that $9 quick. Hopefully I can find it on sale. $5. Yeah.
Act now, 75% off.
Dude, I'm gonna do it on my phone. I'm gonna screen record the fucking thing. Put it on YouTube. Fuck you guys, dude. Fuck the man, dude.
Oh boy, here we go.
Down with the man, bro. But yeah, that was something that I was like, what? That because then it's the same thing, just like everything else. It makes this so much harder to believe.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I don't know. I feel crazy. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't like talking about it to people.
But you're not crazy. It's just what you think.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not even what I think. Cause I don't know what I think. I just really want to know more about this. It seems very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And that if there's any grain of truth in there, that is monumental. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't even know, man. Should we just go to Brazil and let's do our own thing?
I mean, I'm down with that. As long as we get to visit a beach before we leave.
Varginha. I think that's in the middle. It's under Sao Paulo.
I'll travel
to
the beach.
We'll do that.
I'd love to see one of their beaches after we do that.
Yeah. It looks like a nice place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Kind of just like Florida, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I ain't capping on that. My bad, Brazil. Y'all look like Florida.
It happens.
Yeah. But, I don't know. Didn't want to talk about this on podcast, but I did anyways.
It's all good.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. I want to keep on this subject. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I think it would be cool to talk about all the guys that they're out there, because there's a bunch of them. Some of them are off the wall.
Yeah.
Some of them are legit, or some of them you don't know. Like I was talking about Bigelow, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like he was on Rogan, and I thought he was a fucking idiot, but I know he's not because he's a billionaire, right? People that go, oh, that dude's a fucking idiot. He's just rich. There's no way you become a billionaire and you're an idiot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when he was on there, he was talking about remote viewing. You know what that is?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah, so he was on Rogan. He was talking about remote viewing, which is like ESP and all that. That's like, look at the... I hate bringing up TV reference. It's the best way for you to get... Because it's literally ripped right out of it. That's it's Stranger Things.
Oh, okay.
How she finds people and stuff. Yeah, that's remote viewing.
That's cool.
Yeah, but no, like that's what he was talking about. It's like you're $1 billion dude making like before Elon Musk, he was the big bad in making spaceships and stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and you're talking about that? It's kind of like, what? Mm-hmm. What are we doing here, guys? What are we doing? But then, like, also he was part of that Skinwalker Ranch stuff. You know, and then the guy, God, I wish I remember his name. The whole Bob Lazar, like, bringing up the dirt on him and stuff.
Yeah.
He was talking about Bigelow, too. And it's really weird. One of the girls, you remember when I was bringing up the Black Rock Pyramids in Alaska?
Yeah.
The lady that did that.
Okay.
Like, something Moulton Howe. Linda Moulton Howe? I don't know. See, I'm so bad with names. I just need to have all the names from me. I think Bigelow and her had a thing going on for a little bit.
Really?
Yeah. Well, he was paying her rent for 5 years. And he
That's
was
a
married.
thing. That's a thing.
But yeah, but also, the guy brought up a really good point. He said the best way to, you know, put out bad knowledge is to fund bad knowledge. Like disinformation. Fund disinformation. I was like, that could have been it.
Yeah.
Because she is, which it's funny because I don't want to like talk shit on her, but she does talk about some crazy shit. And she's really big on the cattle mutilation stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
And that's always freaked me out.
Yeah.
That's always freaked me out. I don't know what that is. That might be some other shit, dude. Have you seen pictures?
Yeah.
That's weird, man. No blood. And then, like, there's guys, you gotta think, a lot of these guys are, like, very Christian. They don't even want to talk about this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They don't even think aliens. They think it's the fucking devil or some shit.
Yeah.
You know? I'm like, that's just a whole nother world of what the hell's going on. Yeah. I mean, there's questions, and that's like, I would love just to sit there and talk 2 hours about cattle mutilation. But I don't know. I don't want to get into that. I don't want to get into that type of fan base. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't want, because then it might just go crazier and crazier, and then we're talking to people that have the tinfoil hat on and stuff. You know?
Yeah.
But I do not know.
Well, we definitely got to look into that other documentary.
Yeah. Yeah. I had a list of some documentaries. Because I also had some cool ones just to watch so people can, like, not take things seriously.
Mm-hmm.
Because oh man, everything's on the phone, but it's recording right now. But the ones about, like, lizard people, because I showed you that.
Yeah, you told me about that. Yeah.
No, I've showed you one. Remember, I just showed you a scene where he was like a high-powered businessman. He brought him in.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
He's like, you can't really talk about it. Or you think, we let you talk about it and shit like that. And then his face turns into a lizard and goes back.
Yeah.
And, oh, man. If you just listen to those people, you go, yeah, that's not real.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? Well, I mean, well, I do. I think there's some people that, well, I'm not going to lie. I kind of watched it. I watched this when I was like 25. I was like, holy shit, they're real, dude. I didn't leave my house for like a day.
Yeah.
Then I was just like, you know what I mean? I don't know.
That walk through walls.
Yeah, they walk through walls. They have like intergalactic karma or something.
I don't know.
Leave it at the door, bro. Leave it at the door. I want to hear about aliens in Brazil, dude. I wonder why they're in Brazil. Maybe they're getting a BBL.
I don't know.
I wonder if that thing had a dumper on it. Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. It didn't have horns. It was horny.
I was trying to put the horns in a different place.
Yeah. Man, I should have went for a dad joke. Oh, I heard a really good dad joke. This is totally random.
Oh, God.
How'd the nun figure out how to make holy water?
How did the nun learn how to make holy water?
Yeah.
I feel as soon as you tell me, I'm going to be like, I should have known. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
She boiled the hell out of it. Oh, my God. I hate dad jokes, but that one was so good. Dude, let's go. Let's go do real things. Let's not talk
Let's go get drunk.
Let's not talk about aliens for the rest of our lives.
Okay.
All right. Later, guys.
See ya.